Before the Black Stars players starts trooping in and the international break kicks off, we are making a pit stop here to look at the English Premier League trophy, which is in town in Ghana. Let's have a look at the event here happening at the pit stop inside Laboni. 3 points for Arsenal, still title contender.
I know, they are never title contender. They are not even in the race. I don't know at what point they were in the race. Maybe in the beginning of the season they were in the race, but now they are not even part of the race. It's just a one-horse race now. I think Liverpool has won the Premier League title. Looking at how they are playing now, it's all that they have at the moment. Liverpool, all they have now is to win the Premier League title. I think since they are out of the Champions League, they are out of the race. I think basically
just 2 trophies.
Yes.
And they are fighting for one.
So Arsenal has to focus on the Champions League, which I personally I don't think they are going to win it. So Arsenal fans out there, if you are hoping to beat Real Madrid, I think that's fine. But reality, Real Madrid are the best team in the Champions League. They just know how to win. So for the Premier League, Arsenal are not a title contenders at the moment, and I think the league is gone.
How about Chelsea? Still Champions League positions to fight for. Do you think they can get it?
Chelsea, honestly, I think Chelsea are like Champions League content. I think as in qualification for Champions League it's possible. It's possible because it might be 5 teams coming from England, and that is why I think it's possible for Chelsea, because 5 teams coming from England, they have a chance to qualify, but they have to find their level of form and also keep winning the games. As of now, they are finding it difficult to win games. They've been able to scrap some wins here and there, but with the game they lost to Arsenal, I think it's a disappointing one, because watching Arsenal against Manchester United, I think they are vulnerable because they don't have a striker. So I thought they could have capitalized on that, but without Cole Palmer in the team as well, even though Cole Palmer has not been performing well, he brings something on board, and I feel like Enzo Maresca needs to work on that, get the boys back, and make sure they keep winning games, which will make them qualify for Champions League next season.
1-0 win, slim, but congratulations. What do you think of the game?
Yeah, I mean, that's massive. It's massive. Looking at the coming weeks and then the games ahead of Arsenal, they needed a win, a very important win, 3 points from Mikel Arteta and his Chargers, especially after this injury streak they've had. 3 points, doesn't matter how well you play. I mean, the most important thing is nicking the 3 points. And going into the international break, they'll have a breather, get refreshed and come back and face the Champions League squarely.
Still thinking of the title, or just taking it one game at a time and focus on yourself?
Yeah, you can't say never, especially looking at the nature of the Premier League. You just don't give up. So you just keep winning your games. Things that are within your domain, you do them, and you are good to go. At this stage, I don't think any Arsenal fan has the hopes high to win it, but we can just continue the momentum going into the European round of matches.
Chelsea lost, Arsenal win. Is it top 4 or Champions League over for Chelsea?
I believe Chelsea are still in the race because it's a slim one. So they just need to get their act together and be a bit more creative up front and in the midfield, and they would be able to secure a Champions League spot.
How about Arsenal? Some fans have slim hopes. Some fans say, let's forget about the title's over. What do you say?
They should wait for next season.
Oh,
yeah, yeah, because it's the gap is.
No way Liverpool slip up.
There's no way.
5 losses they need.
Yes, but if you look at the points gap, and there's just a few matches to go, Liverpool aren't going to slip up just like that. Liverpool is a top team, and with Salah over there, there's a likelihood that even if they are having a slow day, Salah is going to be there to rescue them. Unlike Arsenal, who don't have anyone to rescue them in their big games, they are going to struggle. So I don't see Liverpool slipping up for Arsenal to come up on top.
So it's Liverpool for the title, Arsenal second, and Chelsea.
Nottingham Forest third, then Chelsea fourth.
Champions League qualification over for Chelsea with this loss?
It's rather fortunate for them, although they are not doing so to the extent that I think they are placed 4th right now. And then the next thing right after them is Manchester City. And there's a point where City are also dropping points. So it would have been a difference if City were winning games back to back. So now City are also dropping points. City are also not too flamboyant like much of a very good side. So there's still hope for Chelsea. But looking at how they play today, I don't think that that was match of choice because they knew they were coming up against a better side. So you could tell that the presence of their players, even in the opponent box, were quite low, but very, very low, which means that if they face team that they think they could match in terms of ability, they will come up and then create chances, because today they barely created chances. The number of shots on target they had were maybe not up to 3, but in other games you see Chelsea creating chances, even though they didn't have Jackson at the point in time. But for quite some time, this is the first time not having Cole Palmer. I don't think that should be an excuse to play teams like Southampton, Everton and Cole. I think Arsenal is Arsenal, and Champions League there's still hope for them, especially when there could be 5 teams. But then the hope of England having 5 teams in Champions League depends on them getting at least a win in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. And Aston Villa facing PSG in the 2 legs, the likelihood of them beating them once is quite low. Arsenal facing Real Madrid, also that's also
another
tricky. Yeah, so there's hope, but then the hope is quite slim. So if they want to qualify for the Champions League, the only trump card they need to activate is just finishing in the top 4, which I think City will do everything they can to battle out for that as well.
Okay, so Arsenal, 3 points. I think it's 13 points now behind Liverpool, 12 or 13 points, I'm not quite sure. But is it still over? Or they are just to focus on their own themselves and see how it goes?
I'm quite disappointed in you, right? Asking me if Arsenal's is it a title hope that is over? No, that should be the question. So ask me if they safeguard their spot in the top 4. Because we know that the title hope is over. Come on, 13 games, meaning
9 games to go.
So yes, meaning Liverpool to lose 5 games, which Arsenal will win all. Come on, that's never happening.
It's never
so now
I'm crazy.
Maybe. So now the focus should be them securing that top 4, or especially the second position, because I think they're about 4 or 5 points just above Nottingham Forest, who are also high flying. So now it's over for literally it's over for them. But they should do very well to put up a good performance. Possibly it could be a confident booster for them next season. Hopefully they are going to get teams better than them like Liverpool next season, or Manchester City will bounce back. So they'll get it as an easy, squeezy peasy league.
Thank you.